Oh, sorry. Don't mind me. I'm just on my way to go prime my glycogen because I earned it today. Hey, it's Coach Nate. I wanted to talk a little bit about the glycogen priming method and specifically what you can eat for dinner after a long day of making sure that you're eating the right thing, which is like, if you've watched any of the other videos, protein and fat in the morning, protein and vegetable for afternoon, and now's the time of the day when we get to eat some carbs. So if you want to eat some white bread, if you want to reward yourself with a big bowl of oatmeal, which is weird, but you can, or if you're into that banana, which I've been depriving you of since breakfast, now is a great time to do it. So a lot of fitness professionals will tell you, okay, you can't eat carbohydrates after blank o'clock, or they'll even say like, don't eat after 7 p.m. And while that can make sense if you have some sort of emotional or disordered eating where it's needed to have a hard and fast rule, that's not scientifically backed up at all. And in fact, that's can be a huge negative for our sleep. So one of the tenets of the glycogen priming method is that we get to eat most of our carbs, if not all of them, in the evening with our dinner. And the reason for that is when we eat a big Chipotle burrito at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, let's say, that's a great way to get tired. You know, we've all been there. We've all been sluggish around 2:30 or 3 o'clock. So why don't we harness that to actually help us sleep better in the evening by having a bigger load of carbohydrates? So we actually prime our glycogen. We're able to fill our glycogen and muscle glycogen stores for the next day. That stuff doesn't just burn off overnight. That's something that we actually get to keep and hold on to and use tomorrow when we're doing our exercise in the morning or in the afternoon or whatever that ends up being for you. So this is the time of day that we're going to be able to eat our carbohydrates, have them, and smile as well, because we're actually using scientific principles to get more done with our dinner. So beyond carbs, what are you taking in for a glycogen priming dinner? Well, we're going to want to focus on several things. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you're going to know that one of those big things is going to be protein. Trying to get about like 30 or so grams of protein, having some meat, fish, chicken, steak, or eggs, maybe a dairy product, whatever it is that's going to help you get a good serving of protein in with dinner. And then having a vegetable, something colorful is even better. You want to eat the rainbow during the day. So if you ate green vegetables for breakfast and lunch, let's have something a little bit different. Throw in some purple carrots, have some red or yellow bell peppers. Either way, mix it up, have something that's going to be high in nutrient density. We're looking for something nutritious, not necessarily clean, okay? And that's a big difference. It's a paradigm shift. So if we're going to be able to eat a really healthy glycogen primed dinner, we're going to look for 1 carbohydrate, 1 protein, and then 1 vegetable. And if you're exercising during the day, you can even increase that to being 2 servings of carbohydrates with your dinner. So if you're having like toast with dinner, if you're having hash browns, if you're having oatmeal, if you're having white or brown rice, if you're having beans, if you're having some combination of those two, those are all really good options. And they're great ways to maximize your sleepiness and get a better rest while at the same time refilling our muscle stores and our glycogen stores that we burned off all day through some light eating, okay? So we're using scientific principles to get better night's sleep, to replenish ourselves, and to be able to go into tomorrow with more energy. So that's why when you use the glycogen prime method, you actually can roll these things together and start stringing together more energetic, better days where it's easier and easier to access a high level of focus and mental clarity. So if you have any questions on that, if you have any thoughts around what kind of carbs you should be eating, or you want to know any more information about that, drop a comment right below. I'd love to help you figure out the best way to fit this into your lifestyle rather than putting you into one size fits all.